Hello and welcome to Matt's Garage and another PT repair here. Just going to be doing the sway bar end links on my mom's 2004 PT here. This is just the regular, it's actually a limited, but it's not a turbo or a GT. Might have different end links if it was. So that's what we're replacing right there because that side has actually broken. So I'll just get my tools and we'll get started here. Okay, so step one here, put some oil on the top here on the threads. I like 3-in-1 oil, but whatever you have will probably work fine. Just make sure those threads get some lube up there. Then get some vice grips on the top here. I think when they're new you can get it with a socket or something. They do have some sort of hex on there, but vice grips work best at this stage. It's 15mm on the bottom here. We're just gonna turn until the vice grips catch on something. This is probably gonna twist off. The bolt, that is. Hopefully not the vice grip. There we go. It did. Now the problem is this is still stuck on here. We might have to cut this with the Sawzall yet, but we'll try and pry it. One off. Okay, I do have my torch. I'll try heating that up. Come on. Not sure that part isn't threaded on there still, but this is so rusted up it's really hard to tell what's going on. I have changed these before, but my memory's not that good, so. Come on. There we go. So yeah, it was just rusted on there, guys. You could use a Sawzall and just cut it off too, but that worked. We got it off there. Vice grips for the win. Okay, well I've got this side in, you can see that, and it goes down from the top, so we're gonna do this side now. Unfortunately I had to go scrounge up a few nuts because this kit was lacking the nuts for some reason. A little annoyed by that, it wasn't a cheap one. Now these bushings fit really tight on this bolt here, so what I'm doing is just taking a little Vaseline and putting on the bolt first. That'll prevent any squeaks later on too. And this side here is the side that goes against the washer, and then that'll go on the bolt first. And then that has to feed down from the top. Has to feed down from the top, and it's easier to go in from the back side. There's more room between the drive shaft and the hole on the back side. It's a lot easier to get in. So just like that, and then before you put this sway bar over it, you have to put the other bushings up there, which is the hard part. So see this little nubble on here, hopefully I'm not blocking the camera. This little nubble on here goes through that hole in the control arm, so it goes up, and again that side goes to the washer. Then there's a spacer here, and that goes between that washer and the next washer, which will go that way up, domed side up. And then again, always that side facing the washer. Okay, now just push that up a little bit. And through there. There we go. Now lastly, you put the final one on, and then the bog nut. Now I did pry the sway bar down, and I should mention there are bushings back here where the sway bar pivots, and you may want to just check those to see how loose they are. When you have these end links off, the sway bar should kind of stay up on its own. You should almost have to force it down like I did. So if yours is just flopping around, that's not good. You'd want to replace those bushings as well. But since these ones are nice and tight, we're just going to replace the end links here. Okay, so what I did here is I pried this up, obviously, but I put some blocking under the wheels, and I lowered it down to about the midpoint in the suspension travel. Now, the reason why you want to do that is that's where the bushing's going to be most relaxed, so that's where you want to tighten it up. And it's the midpoint of the travel, so it'll stretch both ways from the point where you tighten it. There we go. So if you are having a lot of trouble getting that started like I was there, you do have the option to put a jack under the sway bar here, and that would help, but I just struggled through it there. Now you do want to tighten both sides down a bit, like snug them up, before you actually start to compress the bushings there. So okay, so I've already gone ahead and tightened up the other side completely. So I'll just do the same here. And this is 9/16 or a 14 millimeter will fit on there really snugly. Another thing I should mention is you should have your vehicle properly supported. I really don't, if you haven't noticed, but do as I say and not as I do. So you kind of want to go until the bushing starts to like pout out past the washer, bulge out, whatever you want to call it. Probably about right there. You can also go by how much is sticking out. It's about even with the other side right now. So just like that, changing your sway bar end links on your PT Cruiser is just that simple. It's very similar on the Dodge Neons. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and have yourself a great day. Here's a really close-up shot of what I mean here with the bushings bulging out there. You can see how they've kind of come up to meet the edge of the washer there. They normally have that bevel there, but it's kind of met the edge. So that's about where I crush them to. There should be, some of these kits have different lengths bolts, so you can't really go by that, but it's a good way to check it side to side and make sure you have it even.